very humbled to be part of that groove, very happy that the others are getting their chances, and it tells the story. People see us as we're capable of doing this. It's not minorities managing the big leagues. It's people are capable to run a franchise. They're getting their opportunity, and right now that's what's happening.
With manager Alex Cora of the Boston Red Sox. Alex, I like to tell all the players this. How did you start your journey into baseball? Who started influencing you to start playing this game as a player?
It was my dad. My dad was the founder of the Little League chapter in my hometown in Caguas, Puerto Rico, and since I can recall, everything we talk about in the family was baseball, breakfast, lunch, and and dinner, and then our Little League ballpark was 10 blocks away from where we live, so I used to spend a lot of time there.
Do you recall like a special memory going out to the ballpark with your family or just yourself in general over there in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, my dad was also a reporter for El Nuevo Dia and the San Juan Star, so he covered the Criollos de Caguas, who's the winter ball team from my hometown. So I used to go with him and watch BP, stay with him during games. So the best memories of baseball comes from that, being with my dad and being around players the whole time in the winter.
On the other side, actually, the Nationals bench coach Omar Lopez is managing in the Winter League this season for Criollos de Caguas. What do you think about that? What's baseball like in Puerto Rico, especially in the wintertime?
Yeah, he'll be with Santurce. Ramon Vasquez is going to be the manager in Caguas. It's good. It's good baseball. It's a good. It's good for the young players. It's a league that we don't draw too many fans early on, but later on we do. But during the season, you get a lot of teaching moments. You make them better, and I'm glad that he's gone.
Does that usually help a player's development? Especially from that time going into spring training.
Players, coaches, it helps everybody. And if there's a plan in place, we're gonna send a few players from the Red Sox. They have their plans. Is what they want. What we want them to play. If it's for versatility, moving around, if it's for more at bats, is what we wanted to do in the batter's box. So it's a good league for that.
14 seasons as an MLB player, then you transition to a different occupation, that's coaching. What made you go into that route?
A lot of people thought that I was going to be a future big league manager, so I trust them. So after my playing career, took a year off. Worked for ESPN for a few years. That really helped me to be the baseball person I am right now. The introduction to analytics, to numbers, and to see the game on a different perspective, right? You are always in the trenches trying to, get a hit, make a play, all that stuff. From this end, you gotta be more thoughtful, right? And I think the years in Bristol really helped me out.
How have you adjusted that, knowing that you played in the old school type of baseball, now going into, like you were saying, analytics, and this time you're doing it as a manager?
Yeah, from my end, I always use information as a player, try to to maximize my talent. I wasn't the fastest, didn't hit the ball hard, didn't hit for power, but was able to play 13 years in the big leagues because I thought the game, positioning, quality at bats, all that stuff, be a good base runner. So the way I saw the game is kind of like the way I see the game right now, understanding that the thing that the players hate the most is like when I used to play, this is how we did it, right? So I learned that very, very quickly, and honestly, it's paying off.
You were the bench coach for the Houston Astros in 2017. Were you the bench coach at any other year before that, or that was your first year?
Yeah.
Okay, going from that to 2017, going to your first year as a manager with the Red Sox in 18, winning that championship, and I mean, you've been in Boston forever. Tell me, what's like the pinnacle of your coaching philosophy managing as a Red Sox?
Try to keep it as simple as possible, understanding that the players are the ones that dictate what happens on a daily basis, right? They're very talented, they're very good. All I'm trying to do is maximize the roster, use it the right way to our advantage, and try to win every game that we play.
And then obviously, too, you just signed a new contract with the Red Sox, being the manager for the next upcoming years. What was the decision making into that? Just wanting to stay in Boston, or how special this team could be in the future?
Two things: take care of my number one team, which is the Cora Felicianos, and I think we accomplished that, and then number two, to win as many games as possible. And I do believe where we are as an organization, this is just the beginning. We have a chance to make it to the playoffs with a young group, but the future is bright here in Boston, and I want to be part of it.
And two, I mean, you're close to making it into the wild card position in that last wild card spot, even fighting in the division still. What's it going to take for y'all to get back to that postseason and like through the runs from your years of managing in 21, 19, 18?
We got to play good defense and we got to pitch. I think at the end of the day, those are the two aspects of the games that need to be as consistent as possible. And right now, we're very inconsistent doing that.
And then my last question, I always end this off. Baseball is a game of adjustments, offensively, defensively, mentally, physically, all that. Tell me, what has been your biggest adjustment, throughout your baseball career, either managing or as a player, or just generally in life?
In life, I have made so many adjustments, especially the last 10 months. I think physically you got to be ready. You got to live the healthy life, and right now that's what we're doing. And I feel much better now than I felt last year at this stage. And second, this is just a game, man. It's still a game. And sometimes we take it too serious, and it cannot be that way. You got to wake up the next day and go fight the fight. And it doesn't happen that night. You got to come the next day and do the same thing.
I forgot one more thing. 5 managers, Latinos. How important is that for baseball, for the diversity of getting more Latinos to be managers in the upcoming years of Major League Baseball?
Well, I mean, if we get more, we're going to crush it, right? I mean, 5 out of 30, population-wise, we're killing it right now. So very, very humble to be part of that group, very happy that the others are getting their chances, and it tells the story. People see us as we're capable of doing this. It's not minorities managing the big leagues. It's people are capable to run a franchise. They're getting their opportunity, and right now that's what's happening.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, bro.
Cora.
Yep.